There's some information about how long the virus can live on different surfaces, and this could range from hours to days. But there are several important factors that determine how long the virus can live on a given surface, and that include temperature and humidity. And we know less about that at this point. For a child with diabetes, the risk of getting COVID-19 infection by touching a contaminated surface is small. However, keeping surfaces clean is one strategy that adds to the other strategies that we have in place to reduce the spread of the virus, and that includes things like hand washing, covering coughs and sneezes, using face coverings or masks if we can't maintain social distancing, and indeed social distancing being an important one. If kids are back to school, schools will likely apply a strategy that involves keeping surfaces clean, especially frequently used surfaces, things like light switches, handrails, doorknobs, tables, and the like. For cleaning surfaces, any visible dirt needs to be removed first, and depending on the surface, the right cleaner needs to be chosen, and then the application of an approved disinfectant is needed to kill the virus. Please ask your schools about their plan to keep surfaces clean so that we can keep kids safe during the time of the pandemic.
Neither hypertension nor diabetes increase the risk of getting a COVID infection. However, diabetes does increase the risk of having a more severe COVID infection if you do contract COVID-19. Having hypertension or high blood pressure may also be a risk factor for more severe COVID-19 infection. As far as hypertension goes, there isn't any data to tell us whether having controlled blood pressure lowers the risk of a more severe infection compared to people whose blood pressure is not well controlled. However, it is important to have good control of hypertension to prevent complications of high blood pressure in general outside of COVID-related issues, such as stress on your heart, kidneys, and so forth. Regarding diabetes control, there's a study from the United States which shows that people who had poor diabetes control while they were in hospital with a COVID-19 infection did worse than those who had good diabetes control in hospital, though it's hard to know if this was due to poor blood sugar control itself or whether the high sugars were identifying people who were sicker, because sugars tend to go up when people are very sick, even if they don't have diabetes but are critically ill. That can happen as well. However, we do know that having elevated blood sugars increases the risk of getting a superimposed bacterial pneumonia, a lung infection, on top of a COVID-19 infection. So having good control during the COVID-19 pandemic is really important.